Hello internet! So to celebrate the fact I actually went out and did something vaguely social this weekend, because going to the cinema and sitting in the dark not talking to people is social, I have decided to review the film that I went to see, Into the Woods by Disney. Okay, if you haven't seen the trailer for the film and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I've put a link to the trailer in the description. You should probably go check that out first. So firstly, a brief summary of the plot of the story. So it's about a baker and his wife who are under a curse by the witch next door, because that's what happens in fairy tales. And basically they have to go and get 4 objects from the other 4 fairy tales that are included in the story. So that's Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella and Rapunzel. However, that's not the only plot. The sort of overarching theme is be careful what you wish for and showing the darker side of fairy tales. So my overall impression of the film is that it's probably a bit wacky and out there for some, because it is a Stephen Sondheim musical that the film's based on. And also, if you're not a big fan of musicals, may not be your kind of thing. It's one of those musicals where there is a lot of singing, and so the songs kind of all blend into one. There is more dialogue than Les Mis, for example, but if you didn't like Les Mis, you may struggle with this one. It definitely is a film with quite a few comedic moments, not always, it's often just dramatic and there's a lot of emphasis on the music. One impression I did get in the second half was an awful lot of use of stage smoke. It was everywhere. Not quite sure where it came from, but I did like the different Disney opening that they used, where it was actually the woods encroaching on it and it was at night with like a big moon, which I really quite liked. As for the songs, I personally liked them, but then I'm a big fan of like musicals, like Les Mis and Phantom of the Opera. So for me, the style was my kind of thing, might not be yours. And the best ballad was probably Meryl Streep's Stay With Me. I thought it was really quite beautiful and well done, and there's a lot of emotion in it. She's a really good singer, which was quite surprising because I didn't realise that she could sing, which is something I have to mention. All of the cast can sing, and I don't think I've seen them doing singing roles before, apart from Anna Kendrick, so that was quite surprising. There was a really lovely duet between James Corden and Emily Blunt as well, called It Takes Two. And the two of them actually have really good charisma and like chemistry as like the baker and his wife, which is really nice. My other 2 favourite songs would be Your Fault, which is a really good comedic one. I really liked that. And my other one would have been No One Is Alone, which involves Anna Kendrick, James Corden, Daniel Huddleston and Lilla Crawford. That's just a really nice sweet one, and they all work really well together. So I think that was my particular favourites. So now a bit of a review of the cast/characters. Okay, the cast that probably had some of the best comedic moments was James Corden, although his character did show quite a good emotional side as well, which is quite a change because he obviously does a lot of comedic characters, and he's a particular favourite of mine, so can't complain. He also had some really good comedic moments with Lilla Crawford, who was Little Red Riding Hood. I particularly quite liked her. I think she was a good newcomer, so hopefully we'll see more of her. And Daniel Huddleston, who was Jack, him and his mother had some good comedic moments, so he's another good newcomer. Both were really good singers too. Chris Pine and Billy Magnussen as the 2 princes, they also had some really good funny moments. I've termed them Smarmy Prince and Dopey Prince because they were particularly taking the mick out of previous fairy tale princes, and I think that was really quite humorous and well done. I thought Meryl Streep was particularly good as the psycho, creepy, scary witch with very dubious parenting skills, but she fitted that role really well, and I loved the blue hair. It's brilliant. The stepmother and the stepsisters were really good as their baddies. They fitted into that role really well. They're the kind of actors that typically do that, so that kind of makes sense. Anna Kendrick was obviously good as always. She's one of my favourites. I loved her in Pitch Perfect, and her singing voice really comes out in this film, which is quite nice to see. The biggest criticism I would have was I was quite disappointed with Johnny Depp's character. It was sort of his typical odd stereotype role that he's done quite a few of, and I don't think it really added that much to the film, which was a bit of a shame because I do quite like him as an actor. So overall, I would probably give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I knock off the 1 star because although I personally liked it, I think it's the type of musical that might be off-putting to some people, and because of Johnny Depp's disappointing role, I was really quite annoyed about that, and I think it kind of didn't add anything. It's a good musical, some good comedic moments, so I definitely think it's well worth a watch and you should go check it out. So I hope you enjoyed my review and that it was helpful. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya!